Alright, so it's been a little while since we've made a video about my 1979 Volkswagen Rabbit. Specifically, we've had a lot of updates on the truck, so if you guys haven't been following along with that, I created a playlist about the series on the truck. So if you want to check that stuff out, you can check that stuff out. But today we're going to be talking about the Rabbit because we just got back from Mk1 Madness. And let me tell you, I had the time of my life. It was absolutely amazing. We drove the car there. The car did great. But we're going to talk about some stuff with the car. As you guys can tell from the title of this video, it sounds pretty interesting. So we're going to talk about all that because for anybody that's interested in history on cars, this is going to be really mind-blowing because for me, I still can't believe that any of this stuff's true. But let's get into it. We're going to go take a drive to the storage unit and talk about the Rabbit and show you guys some really cool things. And yeah, let's get into it. We actually took the van to Mk1 Madness and she did great. I absolutely love this thing. So it was really nice to break out the van. If you guys do want to see more van content, leave a comment below. I do plan on making a lot more videos camping with this thing, but it did absolutely awesome. My dad actually drove up from Florida and he drove the van and he camped with me at Madness. It was his first year ever coming, so he really enjoyed it. He really loved the van, and I obviously do too, and it was just really nice to finally use the thing again. So anyway, let's hop in the Jetta and let's go talk about the Rabbit. Oh, there she is. Whew. Looking good, looking good. All right, ooh, it's warm in here, warmer than I kind of expected it to be, but we're gonna pretty much film the video in here. I may pull the car out for some pictures, but pretty much without further ado, let's get started. Check this out. She is branded with the Mk1 Madness sticker that I got while at Mk1 Madness. So yeah, let's talk about this thing. As you guys can see from the title of the video and the thumbnail, it's the Rabbit's birthday. And what do I mean by that? You're probably thinking, oh, this is the day that I bought it. Well, wrong. This is the car's like pretty much actual birthday to an extent. Obviously the build date would probably be its birthday, but we'll talk about some things. Before we get into that, I actually got a dash mat for this car that I'm about to actually put on. I'm pretty excited about because, you know, the dash is extremely clean in this car, but obviously just like all Mk1s, not all of them, but most of them, the dash tends to crack. And, you know, like I said, this thing's in great shape, but it's already starting, even before I bought it, to crack. Right up in the defrost area, nothing major. There's literally maybe like 4 or 5 of these, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches at the worst. So, like I said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this dash mat in and we're gonna talk about some things. So let's get started. All right, so the dash mat is actually back here. And I just went with Dash Designs. I will leave a link in the description, and you can order tons of different colors for literally almost any car, but specifically for Mk1 Rabbits. And I went with this dark brown because, you know, the dash is a beautiful dark brown. So it came with Velcro strips. Not too sure if we'll need any more, but we will figure that out as we go along. So I'm gonna cut these up and kind of place them on the dash, figure out the best spot, and then we're gonna place the dash mat on there. What I'll do is I'll put the camera on the tripod. Hopefully we'll be able to get a decent enough angle where you guys can at least see me put on, and then we'll talk about it. All right, the dash mat is in. I'm definitely gonna need more Velcro for sure, but we were able to get it in there pretty nice. It's looking awesome. Just again, one of those things that looks real clean, and it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but from at least with the glare, but you get the idea. It does look very good, but like I said, we may need to get more Velcro, especially for up around those vents on both sides. But as far as around these vents go, we got her pretty good. And yeah, just a nice subtle touch and something to preserve the dash and keep this car on the road and alive and in good shape for as long as possible. All right, So, excuse the messy hair, the mess, everything. I just got off work and it's hot as heck. But we're going to be talking about the Rabbit's birthday, as you guys know from the title. Now, no, this is not the day that I bought the car. I bought the car in September, early September of 2019. I don't remember the exact date. I can go back and look at it for sure. And I'm going to throw a video card up here on the top of the screen. If you guys never saw the video about the story of this car, I recommend checking it out. I feel like I kind of have to make an updated version here pretty soon because a lot has unfolded since I've got that car and since I've at least made that video. And this is one of those things right there. So I feel like there needs to be another video coming out here maybe soon. If you guys want to see that, let me know and we can talk about that. But long story short, obviously the build date of this car essentially would be its birthday, but let me break it down for you guys. And this is just something that I think is really awesome. All right, some of you guys, like I said, if you've seen that video or maybe you want to check it out, you would have already seen the history kind of about this car with everything I was given when I bought it from Casey, Case Dogger. He's the coolest guy ever. But anyway, here's the original, well, not the original, but the last time the car was on the road before Casey had found it, July of 1986. And then these were some of the documentation that was in the car that the previous owner had made this little spreadsheet of odometer reading, gallons, cost, date, and miles per gallon from 45 miles all the way to 38,870 with tons of documentation. Every time you change the oil, all that good stuff. It's absolutely amazing, and that blows my mind. And like I said, if you want to hear more about this stuff, check out that video, and it's also linked in the description. So a couple of months before Madness, Casey had messaged me, and he's like, hey man, when I see you at Madness, I have a little gift for you. And you know, I was instantly like stoked. I was only assuming it had something to do with the car. So I saw him, you know, Friday. He didn't say anything. I was like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe he forgot, no big deal. And then Saturday, you know, I'm talking to somebody about the car and I see him come walking over with this in his hand. So let's go over what's in here. So this is something I actually display usually in the back of my car, but of course the one that I have has water damage. So Casey hooked me up with another one of these. He hooked me up with another Volkswagen ad. Again, shout out to Case Dogger. But here's the craziest thing, and we're gonna talk about this. This is the original warranty and maintenance manual from 1979 with the original owner's name. I actually spoke to this guy, so there's another video card if you would like to watch that video. It was pretty cool. So this is all the information, and they would have given you this from the dealership if you bought this car, which that is just super cool to me. Absolutely mind-blowing that, again, Casey, you know, this had slipped when he had given me everything else with the car. So he found it and he was like, I got to give this to Pat. So basically, let's get into it. The warranty begins on the date first use of vehicle or its delivery to the first retail purchaser. July 13th, 1979. The day of this recording, July 13th, 2021. 42 years later. I wanted to show you guys some cool stuff in here. It's pretty awesome. So this is just such history. All right, let's get into it here. But here are the first two stamps. Like I said, it was inspected on July 13th, 1979. And then he came in for his 1,000-mile oil change, and it's dated August 13th, 79, so 1 month later, and he was at 948 miles on the odometer. So pretty much then from there, he had taken over and no longer went to the dealership because, like I said, he had already started on this spreadsheet as far as keeping track of fuel and cost because he purchased this car during the fuel crisis. Again, you should check out the video if you'd like to, or maybe I'll even remake a full all-in-one video. I feel like that'll be the best. It'll probably be like 45 minutes long. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. Just drop a comment and I'll definitely make it. It'd be definitely worth it. But getting back to this, as you guys can see, there are no more, you know, marks on here. And here's the crazy thing, right? On page 29, the odometer doesn't even read 52,500 miles in 2021. Currently, the car is sitting at 48,278.3 original miles. Absolutely mind-blowing that on page 29. I just thought of something. How interesting would it be to take this thing to a dealership to get the oil changed and bring this little warranty manual? I wonder what they would even do. But yeah, so today, July 13th, 1979, this car was purchased in New Jersey, and it was driven until, ironically, July of 1986 is when this car was parked. And when it was found in 2019, it looked like this. Again, with that original inspection sticker from 1986 sitting on the windshield. So absolutely mind-blowing. I'm glad I get to have this and all these awesome little things to just help tell the story of this car and let it live on with its ownership with me. Happy birthday to the Rabbit. Still doesn't have a name. I'm not one to really name my cars. I'm gonna take this thing out and we're gonna shoot some photos of it for its birthday. Put it back in its home because it's hot as heck out. I'm glad we got that dash mat in, and I just wanted to show you guys some of this cool stuff. So yeah, let's pull her out and take some pics. It's pretty dirty. Like I said, it rained on the way home from Madness, but I really don't have a whole lot of time today to give it a good cleaning. All right guys, so we're pretty much gonna end the video here for the most part. I just think it's really cool that today, 42 years ago, this car was purchased in New Jersey, brand new. And like I said, if you didn't check out the video about the story, you got to check that out. It explains it much more in depth. But I think I'm going to go ahead and possibly make a better video. But yeah, it's just cool to me that this car was bought in July of 79, parked in July of 86, and in July of 21, I had it at Mk1 Madness, and Casey had given me all those those additional documents. Whereas when I was able to see the date, and then it wasn't until yesterday that I realized, wow, today this car was literally bought from the dealership, inspected, and put on the road. Absolutely mind-blowing. And then a month from today, August 13th, was its first ever oil change. Just super cool, and I absolutely love this car. Huge shout out to Casey, aka Case Dogger on Instagram, just for selling me the car and giving me all the history that came with it. With that being said, I'm gonna have a video up this week as well of Mk1 Madness, and it's nothing crazy. It's literally just of the cars at the campground. I didn't really film a whole lot at all. But I do recommend checking out the Rabbit Hole, aka Michael Poley. His videos, I will link his channel in the description. He'll have a much better video than I will, but I will be posting something about that. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more videos about this car, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment. And I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you guys so much for watching.